Hello and welcome back to Kelly 60 Plays Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected. Last time we went through a majority of the quiet moments that we still had left. Today, we are going after the last two quiet moments and our final showdown with the Fog King. Because exactly as I said in the last part, the quiet moment at the top of Grandel was fully functioning after we did the other quiet moment between Melia and Tyrea. So, let us start with the next cutscene.
Tyrea, do you perchance remember the day that we
two first met?
I was wondering what you'd come out with. You finally decided to settle some past grudges, have you?
Not at all. I just found it quite moving. Though we crossed blades, contended for our very lives, here we are, standing shoulder to shoulder.
Ancestral home. Yeah, that is very, very
Quite.
weird.
Getting over all that was a minor miracle.
A minor
Someone
miracle?
told me a year ago that we'd be doing this. I'd have carved out their spleen for suggesting it.
Carved out their spleen for suggesting it.
Tyrea,
What is it about the spleen?
Yes,
Are your doubts allayed?
Laid?
perhaps. Not all of them. However, my answer to the question you posed is more or less ready.
Tell me then.
Melia, you are the last High Empty
Of Imperial blood.
Well, yes, that is true. Although, are you not also?
Are you not also?
You must continue the line.
You and none other.
You are the light, Melia. You must lead us. Gather our people under your banner. I don't think I ought to be there for that.
Why, Tyrea? What leads you to say such a thing?
The fact is, I was an inquisitor of the
Bionite Order.
My very existence prescribed by law. You know what role the Order played in the Imperial family's history. I hardly need to remind you.
Tyrea.
Understand, I regret none of the deeds I did for you, Mayor. But even so, all that I have done in that life lingers on inside me, a burden I can't escape. All I do is cast a deep shadow on your radiance. As the Imperial line rises to greet a new age, I would contribute nothing. I'd be a hindrance.
How can you hate your own self that much?
That is a... Melia asks the hardest question.
The answer you wish to give me. Then it would be wrong for me to speak out against it. But I will say this, Tyrea. Imperial blood yet runs in your veins too, as does the mixed blood of Ahoms. We are no different. How could we be?
At this point, it doesn't mean a damn thing.
Doesn't mean a dang thing.
Stop talking. I told you not to get your hopes up.
Can it really be your intention to keep blaming yourself? Why? Why won't you turn your eyes to the future? Is this what your mother would have wanted?
How dare you? You didn't know you, Mayor. You didn't know my mother.
Mayor! Two of you! Stop
Oh,
flaptraps!
Nene just randomly popped up.
Nene, what are you doing here?
That question very irregardable. Nene simply observes sneaky-like from hiding.
Oh,
Tyrea,
God.
Miss Melia, sister-pon fight is counterproductive.
What?
It's better to hug and make up blinkety-snap. If not, Mama Pon, roll up sleeves, then everyone's sorry.
Quit this clowning. We are not.
Incidentally, Nene is older sister-pon, so even in fight with Kino, always make up swifty quick. But it's not because Mama Pon scare into submission, okay? Actually, is what Nene like to call mature attitude.
Mature attitude.
Just thinking about make old scars and Nene itchy.
Oh.
But anyway, bottom line is fighting is bad. So, now is when pleased to hug and make up. Go on. Say,
Maybe
sorry,
excluding the pawn part because they're not pawn.
What is this thing going on about?
Mother, huh? If your mother... If Yumea were here now, looking at us like this, I wonder what she would say.
Hey, don't tell me you're taking it seriously. It's spouting nonsense.
It's spouting nonsense.
Nene's nothing. Nene is Nene.
What point is there in talking about it now? There's no way for us to know. She's dead and gone.
My apologies, Tyrea. I know you put great faith in her.
So I just thought.
So I just thought. But it's as you say. I'll admit, I never understood your mother's mind.
Even at the very
Even
end.
at the very end.
Yumea's devotion to the Bionite Order was how she honored the Imperial line. And also how she channeled her woe over our ultimate fate. Her spirit contained no falsehood.
I see.
Due to the loftiness of her faith, Yumea could be very severe towards both me and herself. I'm sure if she could see me now... Attending at Yumea's side, serving her unto exhaustion was my whole life. Yumea's desires were mine as well. What's more, the blood that flows in me is innocent.
Wow.
Tyrea?
Yumea's blood and her will, are they really doomed to just cease to be? Would Yumea really? Would Mother simply allow this?
Yeah, Tyrea.
Hey,
Tyrea's gone insane.
what into you?
Melia, if Yumea were here, if she saw me...
Here's how she'd
saw
rebuke us.
two, here's how she'd rebuke us. If you wish a future for the High Entia, you must do whatever is in your power.
Huh?
Changing one's way of life means negating your past self. I tried to change myself, and the path I walked until then, I disavowed. The precious path I had walked as Yumea's loyal retainer. Let me be me then, the Empress's, your shadow.
Your shadow, and I'll do what's in my power.
So then, you will not change your ways, but still walk alongside me. Is that correct?
Yumea, Mother, kept me by her side for that purpose. She already showed me the road that I should take. I think I'd like to repay her by putting her will into action. For her, and for the future of the High Entia.
I see. So that's the answer you have chosen. I'm glad that is your decision, Tyrea.
Ah, sisters,
You may be a fitting vessel to inherit the throne, but as a politician,
you'll be much too soft for your own good.
If you got blinded by pretty ideals and came to ruin, I could never face my mother.
No, I'd never be so...
Let's face it, you'll need someone to rein you in when you get too blinkered.
Frankly, I find the suggestion somewhat offensive.
Frankly, I find the suggestion somewhat offensive.
But in that case, I must make a pronouncement too. I, Melia Antiqua, Empress of the High Entia, by my name do solemnly decree.
Ooh.
Be thou guardian, for our subjects and the race entire. Act the mistress of unseen shadows, and pledge thy very life to this throne. Swear your might, to my bidding, Tyrea.
Ah,
I accept. I I will honor this commission, Your Majesty.
Miss Tyrell.
Now the sisters are happily,
Apologize very beautiful. Major sister Bombay.
very much not on bad terms again.
Calling sisters, and I'll have you know
I have nothing to apologize for.
But Miss Tyrell just did proper big bow to
Did
Miss
just
Melia.
proper big bow to...
Are you actively trying to insult me?
Meme, but Bow had plenty sorry feel. It's just like when Dadapon
Oh god.
Whatever.
I'm too old for this. Man,
The future is within our grasp, sister mine.
sister mine isn't technically of? Okay, so no, she's not party member, thankfully. So our next spot is Assassin Hall for the second to last, the final quiet moment, but second to last group of cutscenes before we head into the Fog King. This is Shulk and Melia, and I still need to switch Keto out.
Not long now,
Man,
father, brother.
I will reclaim
these two
Alchemoth.
hands of mine, I will reclaim Alchem.
Hey, Melia, are you nervous?
Hey Melia, are you
Do
nervous?
not worry, Shulk. I'm just a little heightened.
Trembling with excitement, as
Trembling with
Dunban
excitement,
might say.
Dunban might say.
That's good to hear. I suppose it's no great wonder, though.
How about yourself?
You've
You've
been
been
given
given
a
a
big,
big role to
you've
play.
been given a big role to play.
Taking it in.
Taking it in your
usual.
stride as usual.
Well, I've been remembering our time on the Bionis shoulder. It hasn't been easy, but we found the refugees here. Got to know Teelan and so on.
Got to know Telon.
I see.
I mean, Shulk likes Telon a lot, probably due to the fact they both like their tinkerings, their researches, even if they're two completely different fields. That makes sense.
That's right. We're just about there now. We've got this, you know.
I'm sure.
This really is the
What's right?
cutscene to get prepared for the Fog King fight.
Say, Shulk. Tell me.
What are your
what are
thoughts
your
on the
thoughts
rift?
Hmm? Right. Considering everything we've seen so far.
So far, we don't really know all that much about it.
I've never seen anything like it. The Fog King, I mean. It's
Alien to the Bionis and Mechonis.
Indeed. The rift is a complete and utter enigma to us. All we know for certain is that its existence poses danger. A wholly new threat.
Whole new threat for a whole new world.
sounds ominous.
Are my fears unfounded?
To be fair, there's a lot about this world that's different.
There's a lot about the world that is different.
It's anyone's guess, right?
Anyone's guess right now.
Does it bother you? The rift, I mean.
I have an ill premonition.
Oh?
Disaster. Complete ruin. Inescapably looming over our future. I know not why, but that is the vague dread that I feel
But
when I consider
Saying the rift, she feels dread coming from it.
I know we have a big task ahead.
I'll try to keep my chin up.
It's okay. Your misgivings may just be a weird hunch.
They might come true
Or
tomorrow.
they might come
Tomorrow?
true, but there's plenty more we don't know. The future. No one knows it for certain. Still, that doesn't mean we're entirely helpless. Our actions, they're what shapes the future.
Our actions are what shape the
Countless times
future.
already.
So that means we're not entirely helpless yet.
We'll get through this.
Technically, that is
Together.
the idea
No
behind
power
the
in the
original
world
story
can
as
stand
well.
against us.
Man, both the cutscene right before you head into Alchemoth for the quiet moment on the bridge, and this cutscene are very much,
You never change.
Sorry.
I swear you never
Guess
change.
I might have gone a bit overboard.
No, I don't think that's possible. I think your words have hit
I
the
might have gone
mark.
overboard. I don't think that's possible.
The future is ours.
These are both, this cutscene and the one on the bridge are, for the quiet moments, are exactly retellings, the exact summaries of the original story that need to be happening, and the thoughts
Seem to
on
be
the
in your
current
debt again. You keep doing
uh,
this, always helping me when I'm down.
issue at hand, which makes
I didn't
sense.
really do anything, though. I'm just happy I could lift you up.
My thanks. All right then. We have crucial
Shulk
work to
and
do.
Melia to
Defeat the Fog King and restore
defeat the
Alchemy.
Fog King and restore Alchemoth.
Exactly right. Shall we?
Man, that mural's so outdated, but it also fits so well. But with that, we can head into the final fight. I am actively going to sit. I will save right in this hallway just to be safe, because I don't know what's gonna happen. And also, I mean, I did have that auto save right before the quiet moment. But let's continue. Hold on. Whoa. I'm only doing this to put it on another save file. I want to see what happens. In case, you know, it's immediately saves over this point. Which is what it sounds like. What happened is a new game plus.
Looking awfully foggy today.
I would guess
Awfully
it correlates
foggy
with
today.
the widening of the rift.
It changes nothing. The time is now.
Oh. Enchant. That has to be the rebuilt enchant. For the high ether crystal. Man, it looks like it's taking damage.
Miss Melly, it's working.
Yes. Now then.
Melia, let's go!
My friends, lend me your strength. The future belongs to us.
King of Folk will know name of hero born hero. Monster in for proper bashing.
Okay, I have all the Pawn Specters. I have Fog King. Summon Knight. Okay. We're gonna deal with these guys first because it is exactly what I'm thinking it's gonna be. It's acting exactly how the old fight went. Why do I just see one of the Pawn Specters just sitting on their butt? Okay. Melia. Melia. Is that... Okay. Just to be safe, I'm putting up an armor. I've never been one for the fog beasts. Man, this is easy. It's easier than a normal fight, that's at least for sure. That is? No. Ah, that's not what I meant. That's a shield. Shield. mischarge. Okay, there we go. Fog King's down. Time to see what the next,
King of Fog, fight us!
let's see if there's a part 2.
Then kindly never to come back.
Shulk, what's wrong?
The sky.
With the defeating of the Fog King, the rift has widened.
The rift is
Oh,
expanding.
Mama, something not right. Foggy Fluff is
Froggy Fluff is all coming together. Ooh, that's a dragon.
What is the meaning of this?
It must be drawing its strength from the rift. And now it's even.
Oh, I saw a Telephia heading to the rift. From what it looks like. More damage to the villa. That's not good.
In other words, if we could close the rift, we might have a chance.
It's possible. But first, let's do all that we can here.
You're right.
This is all over Kino's hat. What does Hero-Pun fight against impossible odds?
It's natural like breathing.
Fine then. Time to dish out extra mega serving of fishy bashy with cherry on top.
This has to be roughly level. But man, that is a design. Focus on. I'll throw up another one of these. And we all got toppled. I hate this. Shield's active. And we're not... Wow. Definitely not taking much damage. That came in handy. But... Okay. Oh, shoot. When did Melia go down? Wait. Ah. I so mistimed that. Oh, that's getting annoying. That turn. Melia.
Have my gratitude.
Oh, God. Melia. Heal, 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 heal! Ah, I missed that. Ah, I missed that too. More so, that was just to heal. That's not an aura, unfortunately, so I can't stop that. Oh, God. Getting an A up. Is he still... No, he's not. We just gotta charge in. There we go. First try.
No use! It keep happening! What are we supposed to do now?
Don't give up. No matter how many times it returns, we can bring it down just the same. Our future must be kept safe.
Man, fire types into Melia.
What? Telethia? Why?
Left, you're heading into the
What on
rift.
Bionis?
What on Bionis? You're not on Bionis anymore. I mean, technically you are, but technically you aren't.
For whatever reason, those explosions seem to be distorting and destabilizing the rift.
Incredible. They saved us. Fine. Time to finish this. Please, buy me some time.
Now, is this all cutscene? Because I don't think I have to do anything here. Oh, she's charging up a heavy mind blast.
Grant me your strength, friends.
Oh, Nene. Oh, that's a new version. There we go. Taken down of the enemy.
King of Pop is dethroned! Big win for good guys!
It is a very sunny day now.
The future is safe. Finally.
Oh, hi, Shulk. That green is still very weird on you. But man, it's been a long time coming for this. Yep. To Maxis. And we're heading back into Grandel. Is this cutscene? I mean, yes, that's a proper salute, but... Here is no voices. It's just talking. But this looks almost pre-rendered. But it's still in-game. I can tell it's in-game. For the most part. Oh, there's Telon. Greeting everyone. Man, what a cutscene. Doesn't even need words. It's just essentially telling what happened. You don't need to don't actually need voice acting for that. It works. Oh. I don't know why that's funny, it just is. Ah, they're in their original things. Oh, Shulk's gone. To get back to Colony 9 and to tell everyone what happened. Oh, I see Fiora in the cutscene. And there's Fiora there. Fiora's pissed. Repairing any damage to junks. Melia working with everyone in the, in Grandel. Junks is back in there, and everyone's getting off at the villa. Makes sense. That would be the perfect docking spot. I'm surprised no one started attacking. There's not a scene of Tyrea getting attacked by everyone from the previous game. Got all the heavy lifting equipment to help with the work. Now, my question is, how are they repairing the glass roof? Because that looks like that would be a nightmare. Man. Somehow they fixed the glass. All the military is here. One of the sibling pawns gained some spotlight. I wonder how much of a noise that is going to be.
They're waiting for you, Melia.
Ooh. Speaking.
Does this world need a coronation? I just don't see the point.
Does this world need a coronation? I just don't see the point.
It is the will of the people. It will mark.
And she's getting the staff her father used.
You'd also have been a fine choice.
Yes, well.
Been a fine choice.
I'm occupied with my research, as you know, Empress Melia.
Don't mock me.
Don't mock me. Yeah, that was a very mocking face and tone.
Here we go.
Yes.
And there's the end. A good 10 hours, actually. Surprisingly, a very good, fine 11 hours. It was a very fun, very short encapsulated story. And I really enjoyed it, especially after spending the 5 months beforehand clearing out the original game. Because that helped, especially with some of those, some cutscenes and some of the quiet moments, really piecing together what happened between both. It is I could see being the very ending you kind of wanted, the true ending of the... What? Which will give everyone access to things. What was I saying? This just popped up and added new game elements to both future connected weapon looks. Playing with the junk sword would be fun. But if this is a lot of extra stuff for the main game, though. This perfectly encapsulates that ending portion. You don't know what's happening with the world. It seems very encapsulated into this one spot where the shoulder is still flying at. Because technically the shoulder is still attached to the Bionis when everything else left. It's still floating, maybe due to the hover stones, which was a part of Shulkin Kino's thing. It added way more lore there that potentially could add extra to other areas. Because, maybe I shouldn't spoil this for Xenoblade 2, but some things seemed almost heavily connected between the two areas. That this portion and that, well, this still has the feeling of Xenoblade 1. There's some underlying thing that makes me think Xenoblade 2. Especially with the variant chain attack. Seems something to group together for another game, especially with how they have to mix the two games. If they decide to go that route. That sounds fun and interesting. But, that would be cool. Having that. New saving. Saving again. And there is no New Game Plus. Fair. So yeah, that was actually completely worthless. But I can heavily say if you don't already have Xenoblade 1 for the Wii, Definitive Edition is as a whole, between both the original story and Future Connected, this is a really buy. I'd even say with this original game. Because even if you have the Wii version, because there's so much added here, especially that. You can go up to level 12 for your abilities. Why do I need level 12 for my arts in the main game? And I have a feeling, maybe it's your next time playing through the game. It's been a while since you last played it, especially the base game. Play the base game first so that it's fresh before you go into Future Connected, because Future Connected, I feel, relies heavily on the main story that you kind of want to remember some details. I mean, obviously, if you can just... I don't remember if Xenoblade 1 has a event feeder like this version does, but if it does, maybe just watch those cutscenes then come back to this first. But very worthy for a epilogue. It's short, it's only 10 hours, but it has so much detail for that 10 hours that it could be pushed to 20. Especially if you're doing everything here. This is definitely worthy of the 20 hours it needs. But it's most definitely a 10-hour segment of storyline. But anyways, that's it for Xenoblade 1 in its entirety. Wednesday, we will be going into the next game in the series, and for the next playthrough, which will be Metroid Prime 3 Corruption for the Nintendo Wii. I know it's kind of soon to go back to Metroid. It's only been, one game, technically? But, I've been doing a couple new things here on the channel. First plays of testing games out for the first time. Playing games for the first time, like Shadow Dragon and AI the Somnium Files. Both are very enjoyable games, if not a little weird. There's been some model kit building in some of the extra stuff. As you may know, if it went up Thursday, or maybe if it went out tomorrow, the re-upload for the Smash stuff is going up for Smash. That's been, 4 months coming to finish off the year. Plus some added content with the idea that Sephiroth released on the 17th / 22nd. And it's gonna be an enjoyable time. And if you're wondering what Thursdays will be, if you haven't been paying attention to some of the live stream uploads, it will be Pokepark Pikachu's Adventure for the Nintendo Wii. Yes, I'm sticking with the Nintendo Wii for the next couple months. It's fine. Both of those games are... The reason I chose those two games specifically, Metroid Prime 3 is among the shorter end and faster end of the Metroid games I have in my collection that haven't already been played and can take should only take a month. Pokepark is essentially a mini game collection, so that's also a short month-long playthrough, especially on a 2-day schedule will take a month. But well, it won't take half a year like I did with both Xenoblade X going into Xenoblade 1. But Xenoblade 2, speaking of Xenoblade, when will I return to the Xenoblade franchise? Probably not too soon. Might give it a year after this ends before I jump back into Xenoblade. It may also be dependent on what games I currently have that I want to stream. Next RPG. I'm thinking my next RPG will be probably February, right after Prime 3 Corruption. And that will be a strictly unique ongoing playthrough. Every couple months, maybe couple months, there will be a variant playthrough. Go over a couple years. I'm not going to do them all at the same time, but the next major RPG game I'm doing is Fire Emblem Three Houses for the Nintendo Switch. Because that's at least... I can pace myself enough to do a lot of stuff all at once, while also getting cutscenes out of the way, and also do any extra stuff as a more live stream focused thing, that as a break between the actual recording sessions and the live streams, and between recording sessions, which will help tremendously. But as I said, that will be to come, and that will be about February, with replacing Prime 3 once that's done. Speaking of the middle of the week, once Pokepark's done, I'll actually be going into a different game. That will be back to the platformers with Mario 64, in my first attempt to actually beat it for just in general. And specifically, we'll be doing the 3D All-Star port, so look forward to that. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you next time for more. For more Let's Plays and gaming fun. So, thank you all for watching. And this is Kelly60, signing off. Bye.